At the heart of every powerful transformation lies one simple truth. How you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Own your mornings, own your life. Isn't just a motivational quote you scroll past on social media. It's a mindset, a lifestyle, and for you women, it's a non-negotiable foundation of success. You see, the morning is sacred. It's the only part of the day that truly belongs to you before the demands of the world flood in. Before emails start buzzing, people start needing things from you, and the weight of your responsibilities takes over. You have that golden window of time, quiet, undisturbed, and full of potential. And how you use that time says everything about who you are and where you're going. You women don't stumble out of bed and fall into their day. They rise with purpose, and no, this isn't about some glamorous, perfectly curated routine. It's not about sipping matcha on a rooftop or doing yoga for Instagram. It's about discipline, intention, showing up for yourself before you show up for anyone else. When you wake up early, you're not just gaining time, you're gaining clarity. In those early hours, your mind is clear. There's space to think, to breathe, to reflect. You're not reacting, you're designing. You have the chance to align with your goals, set the tone for the day, and step into your power before the world even knows you're awake. Waking up early is an act of self-respect. It says, my dreams matter, my peace matters, my growth matters. It's a commitment to yourself, and when you make that commitment consistently, something powerful happens. You start trusting yourself. You start realizing that you're capable of more than you ever imagined. You stop playing small because you've proven to yourself day after day that you can do hard things. You can show up when it's not easy. You can be the woman who follows through. Now, let's be real. There will be days you don't feel like it, days when your bed is warm and your body is tired. But that's when it counts the most, because greatness is not built on convenience. It's built on consistency, and that 4 a.m. mind set isn't about the clock, it's about the choice. The choice to rise when it's uncomfortable. The choice to put your goals above your mood. The choice to move even when motivation is nowhere in sight. And here's the thing. What you do with that time doesn't have to look like anyone else's routine. Maybe you journal, maybe you meditate, maybe you go for a run or read a chapter of a book that fuels your mind. Maybe you just sit in silence and plan your day. What matters is that you do something that centers you, something that reminds you that you are in control, that your life isn't happening to you. It's being shaped by you. This kind of morning ownership is about reclaiming your narrative. When you start your day on your terms, you stop being reactive. You stop letting circumstances dictate your energy. Instead, you move with intention. You walk into meetings with presence. You make decisions with clarity. You handle setbacks with grace. You stop operating in survival mode and start living in alignment with the woman you're becoming. I've experienced it myself. When I started valuing my mornings, everything shifted. My energy, my focus, my ability to handle chaos, all of it improved, and not because I suddenly had more hours, but because I was finally using the hours I had with purpose. And let me tell you, when you meet the highest version of yourself first thing in the morning, you stop settling for anything less the rest of the day. The truth is, the world will always try to pull you in a million directions. There will always be noise, distractions, and people trying to define your worth. But when you take control of your mornings, you build an inner fortress. You anchor yourself in who you are and what you stand for. And from that place of strength, you can lead, you can create, you can rule. So to every woman listening, stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for motivation. Start now. Set your alarm. Get up. Not because it's trendy, but because your future deserves it. Your purpose deserves it. You deserve it. Own your mornings and you will own your power. Own your life and don't just wake up rise. We live in a world that glorifies perfection. Flawless skin, perfect careers, the ideal relationship, a life that looks effortless and glossy on the outside. But let me tell you something real. Perfection is a lie. It's a moving target, a mirage that keeps you chasing and never arriving. And for a high-value woman, chasing perfection is not just exhausting, it's limiting, because real power doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from knowing your purpose and refusing to let anything get in the way of it. Not failure, not fear, and certainly not the illusion of flawlessness. Purpose is what grounds you when everything else feels shaky. It's what gets you out of bed when you're tired. It's what keeps you focused when life throws distractions your way. When you know why you're doing something, what it means to you, what it represents, it becomes bigger than just looking good or ticking boxes. It becomes about impact, about truth, about legacy. Think about this. Perfection is rooted in fear. Fear of being judged, fear of not being enough, fear of making mistakes. But purpose is rooted in courage. It's about showing up fully, even when you're unsure. It's about letting your voice be heard, even if it shakes. It's about choosing progress over polish, truth over image. I've learned that people don't connect with perfection. They connect with authenticity. They're inspired by the woman who keeps going despite her scars, who admits her mistakes, who stands tall even when things fall apart. Why? Because that woman is real, and real is rare, real is powerful. When you choose purpose over perfection, you stop asking, am I good enough? And start asking, is this meaningful? That one shift changes everything. You stop obsessing over every flaw and start focusing on what you're building. You stop shrinking to fit in and start expanding to stand out, because your purpose will never ask you to be perfect. It will only ask you to be present. To be passionate, to be brave. Let's take it deeper. Perfection keeps you stuck. It makes you second. Guess yourself. It whispers that you're not ready, not smart enough, not experienced enough. So you wait. You delay, you edit yourself out of opportunities, but purpose dares you to begin. It says you may not have it all figured out, but start anyway. It says let them see you grow, and that growth, that messy, imperfect journey, that's where confidence is built, that's where resilience is born. If you want to live a high-value life, you have to be willing to be seen in the middle of the process, not just at the polished finish line. You have to be willing to take up space, to try, to fall, to get back up, because perfection doesn't lead, it hides. But purpose leads with vision. It doesn't wait to be approved. It doesn't ask for permission. It moves, it speaks, it creates. I've seen people paralyzed by the pressure to be perfect. They don't launch the business because the website isn't ready. They don't speak up in the room because they're afraid of saying the wrong thing. They don't take the opportunity because they're scared they might fail. But meanwhile, someone else, with less talent, less experience, but more purpose, steps forward. She may stumble, but she keeps going. And eventually she wins, not because she was flawless, but because she was fearless in her purpose. Purpose also gives you the strength to handle criticism, because when you're driven by perfection, criticism feels like an attack. It threatens the image you're trying so hard to maintain. But when you're driven by purpose, criticism becomes feedback. It doesn't shake your core because your identity isn't built on being flawless. It's built on being focused. You begin to understand that setbacks are part of the path, not a sign you're failing. You embrace the lessons in the struggle. You grow from the uncomfortable. You become a woman who doesn't just perform. She evolves. And here's something else. When you lead with purpose, you inspire others to do the same. You give other women permission to be bold, to show up messy, to speak with conviction, even if their voice cracks. You become a mirror showing them that they too are enough, that they too can create something powerful without waiting to be perfect first. So stop waiting, stop editing your light, stop hiding behind the idea that you have to have it all figured out before you begin. Begin anyway, speak anyway, show up anyway, let your purpose be louder than your fear. Because at the end of the day, it's not the perfect ones who change the world. It's the passionate ones, the persistent ones, the purposeful ones, and that woman is you. Confidence is not something you're born with or without. It's not a magical trait reserved for the chosen few. It's a skill, a habit, a muscle, and like any muscle, it gets stronger the more you work it. Hi Val, you women understand this. They don't wait around for confidence to show up. They build it, train it, and flex it every single day. And just like with any kind of training, the beginning is the hardest part. At first, your confidence might feel weak, shaky, even invisible. That's okay. It's not supposed to be perfect from the start. The point is to begin, to take small steps, even if your hands are trembling and your voice is uncertain. Confidence is built in the moments you push yourself just a little bit further than you did yesterday. There's this myth that confidence only comes after you've succeeded, that once you've achieved something, then you'll feel worthy. But the truth is, confidence doesn't come after the success it comes before . It's what carries you into the room when you don't know anyone. It's what helps you speak up when your opinion might be unpopular. It's what allows you to take risks, to make bold decisions, to put yourself out there without needing a guarantee. Think of confidence as your inner armor. Not because you won't be vulnerable or scared, those feelings will always come and go, but because confidence gives you the courage to keep going despite them. It's the quiet voice inside you that says, I may not have it all figured out, but I trust myself to figure it out as I go. But here's the catch, confidence requires action. You can't just think your way into confidence. You do your way into it. Every time you honor a commitment to yourself, every time you keep a promise, every time you show up especially when it's hard, you're strengthening that muscle. You're reinforcing the belief that you can count on you, and that self-trust, that's the foundation of real, unshakable confidence. It's not about being loud or dominating a room, it's about presence. Hi, Val. You woman can walk in without saying a word and still shift the energy. Why? Because she's rooted in herself. She doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. She knows her worth not because the world told her, but because she claimed it for herself. That's what confidence looks like. It's silent, steady, and sovereign. Of course, there will be days when your confidence falters, days when self-doubt creeps in, when imposter syndrome whispers in your ear, when the comparison trap tries to shrink you. That's normal, that's human, but the difference is in how you respond. Do you retreat, or do you stand tall anyway? Do you let fear dictate your next move, or do you move through the fear with grace and grit? Flexing your confidence daily means choosing courage even in small ways. It means speaking up in meetings, saying no when something doesn't align with your values, taking the lead on a project, wearing that outfit you love even if it's too bold, asking for the opportunity you want, setting the boundary you've been avoiding. It's not about perfection. It's about showing up again and again until showing up becomes second nature. One of the most powerful ways to build confidence is through preparation. Confidence is not the absence of fear, it's the presence of readiness. Do your work, know your craft, study your material. When you've done the work, you walk in knowing you belong. And even if you mess up, you know it doesn't define you. Because you're not performing for approval, you're performing from purpose. Also, remember that confidence grows exponentially when it's shared. Support other women, celebrate their wins, speak life into your sisters. When you lift others, you lift yourself. Confidence isn't a competition. There's enough room at the top for all of us. Hi, Val. You women know that when one woman rises, we all rise, and never underestimate the power of self-talk. The way you speak to yourself in your mind, those words become your reality. Replace the harsh, critical voice with one of compassion and strength. Talk to yourself like you'd talk to someone you love, with kindness, with encouragement, with belief. Your inner dialogue shapes your outer energy. Confidence isn't about having all the answers. It's about knowing that you're capable of finding them. It's not about being fearless. It's about doing it afraid. It's about trusting that no matter what happens, you will learn, you will grow, and you will rise. So flex it daily, practice it when no one is watching, show up for yourself when it would be easier to hide. Stand taller, speak clearly, and take up space. Not because you need to prove something, but because you know you asterisk deserve asterisk to be there. Because at the end of the day, confidence isn't about being the best. It's about being asterisk your asterisk best, and knowing that's more than enough. Your energy is your currency. It's the most valuable asset you own, more than your time, more than your talent, more than your connections. And like royalty, a high-value woman knows she must protect it with intention, with boundaries, and with absolute clarity. Because not everyone deserves access to you. Not every conversation, situation, or relationship is worthy of your presence. And learning to guard your energy is not selfish, it's strategic. In a world that constantly demands your attention, your response, your validation, protecting your energy is a radical act of self-respect. It's choosing peace over people pleasing. It's choosing growth over guilt. It's choosing to prioritize your mental, emotional, and spiritual health, even when the world tells you to stretch yourself thin for everyone else. The truth is, not everyone clapping for you is cheering for you. Not every opportunity is aligned with your purpose. Not every relationship feeds your soul. And if you're not careful, you'll find yourself drained, exhausted from trying to carry the weight of expectations that don't even belong to you. You'll be everything to everyone but nothing to yourself. That's not power, that's burnout. A high-value woman understands that her energy is sacred. She treats it the way a queen treats her crown, with care, with reverence, and with discernment. She doesn't pour from an empty cup. She doesn't explain herself to people who are committed to misunderstanding her. She doesn't dim her light to make others comfortable. Instead, she creates strong boundaries, not walls, but gates, because gates can open and close. They are a choice, and she chooses who gets in and who doesn't. Protecting your energy starts with awareness. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with certain people. Do you feel inspired, grounded, expanded? Or do you feel anxious, small, depleted? Your body knows, your intuition knows, listen to it. Not everyone is meant to go where you're going, and that's okay. Release the need to carry people who refuse to grow. Sometimes protecting your energy means saying no. No to overcommitting, no to toxic friendships, no to gossip, negativity, and conversations that shrink your spirit. And saying no doesn't require a long explanation. No is a complete sentence. A high-value woman doesn't apologize for choosing herself. She understands that when she honors her own well-being, she shows up better for everything and everyone else. Other times, protecting your energy means creating space for solitude. Quiet is not empty, it's full of wisdom. You don't need to be available 24/7. You don't need to answer every message, every email, every call the second it comes in. Give yourself time to breathe, to reflect, to reset. Some of the most powerful decisions are made in stillness. Some of the most profound transformations happen when you step back from the noise and return to your center. And let's not forget the digital space. In this era of constant connection, your energy can be drained before you even get out of bed. Social media, news cycles, endless scrolling. It can clutter your mind and cloud your peace. Be mindful of what you consume. Curate your feed. Unfollow what doesn't inspire you. Mute what disturbs your spirit. You are not obligated to keep watching things that hurt your heart. You have the right to protect your mind just as fiercely as you protect your body. Protecting your energy also means being intentional about who you allow into your inner circle. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, challenge you, and love you deeply. People who celebrate your wins and hold you through your losses. People who speak your name in rooms full of opportunity. That kind of energy is gold, and it's mutual. Pour into those who pour into you, because your circle either expands you or drains you. Choose wisely. One of the most powerful ways to protect your energy is to master your emotional responses. Not everything deserves your reaction. Not every insult needs a clapback. Not every slight deserves your attention. A high-value woman knows that silence is sometimes the loudest statement, that walking away can be the strongest move, that her peace is worth more than her pride. Protecting your energy is not about being cold or distant. It's about being conscious. It's about knowing that when you're aligned, grounded, and whole, you're a force. You create better, you love deeper, you lead stronger, and the world needs more women who are radiant from within, not running on empty trying to prove their worth. So ask yourself, who am I giving my energy to? What am I allowing into my space? Is it feeding me or draining me? Because every choice you make either protects your throne or leaves it exposed. You are the queen of your life. And queens don't explain their boundaries. They embody them. They don't chase energy. They attract it. They don't seek permission. They stand in their power Protect your energy like royalty, because you are. You were never meant to fit into just one box. You were not born to be one thing, play one role, or live a single narrative. You are multidimensional, a woman of layers, of contrast, of complexity, and the sooner you own every part of yourself, the more powerful you become. Being multidimensional means allowing yourself the full range of who you are. It means not shrinking into a title, a label, or anyone's limited perception of what you should be. You can be strong and sensitive, bold and soft, fierce and kind, strategic and emotional. You can run a business and nurture a family. You can wear heels in a boardroom and dance barefoot in your kitchen. You don't have to choose one version of yourself. You are allowed to be all of them. For far too long, women have been told to pick a lane. Be the professional or the nurturer. Be logical or be loving. Be the beauty or the brains. But that's a lie. That's a limitation placed on you by systems that benefit from your simplicity. Because when a woman stands in her full multidimensional truth, she becomes impossible to control. She becomes magnetic, unpredictable, uncontainable, and that is exactly what scares people who are used to putting women into tidy, manageable categories. But your power lives in the layers. Your impact comes from your ability to adapt, evolve, and show up in different spaces without losing your essence. It's the mother who's also a visionary leader, the artist who also understands strategy, the athlete who writes poetry, the woman who leads the board meeting by day and prays under the moonlight by night. Each version of you is real. Each version of you is valuable. Being multidimensional also means making peace with contradiction. You are not always going to make sense to everyone, and that's okay. People will try to label you because it makes them comfortable. They'll say you're too much, or hard to read, or all over the place. Let them. Their confusion is not your burden. You weren't made to be understood by everyone. You were made to be authentic to yourself. This is not about being perfect at everything or trying to be everything to everyone. It's about giving yourself permission to explore your passions, your gifts, your dreams, without guilt. It's about living a full, expansive life rather than a safe, narrow one. Because when you embrace all your dimensions, you stop seeking permission. You stop waiting for someone to validate your path. You start walking with purpose, knowing that every version of you brings value to the table. One day you may feel like the driven CEO, focused and unstoppable. The next you may need rest, silence, creativity, or softness. That doesn't make you inconsistent. That makes you human. You are not a machine. You are a soul, and your soul came here to experience depth, not just duty. High-value women don't apologize for their layers. They don't water down their personality to fit into roles. They bring their whole selves to the room, knowing that their complexity is not a weakness. It's an asset. It allows them to connect with more people, solve more problems, and live a life that is textured, nuanced, and deeply authentic. Being multidimensional also expands your influence. When you're able to shift between roles and worlds, you relate to more people. You can sit with the scholars and the dreamers. You can speak in boardrooms and in healing circles. You can mentor young women while closing $1,000,000 deals. You become more than just impressive. You become inspirational. But this requires bravery. It requires breaking free from the pressure to perform just one identity. It means disappointing people who only know you in one light. It means risking criticism for stepping outside the box. And it means facing the fear that maybe, if you show too much of yourself, people won't know where to place you. Let them be confused. Your job is not to make yourself easy to define. Your job is to live fully, honestly, and expansively. Your job is to wake up every day and ask, what do I need right now? What version of me wants to lead today? And then honor her, the woman who reads spiritual texts and financial reports in the same week. The woman who goes from workouts to wine nights to writing business plans. The woman who builds empires and still cries when she hears her favorite song. That woman is real. That woman is powerful. That woman is you. You don't have to pick one dream, one personality, one lane. You can create a life that holds all your passions. You can be both fire and water, light and shadow, grace and grit. This is your permission to embrace every angle, every mood, every version. Because your magic isn't in being one thing, it's in being everything you are fully and unapologetically. The world needs women who are wildly, beautifully, boldly multidimensional. Be her, stay her. Expand her, that's where your throne truly lies. In today's world, it's easy to fall into the trap of chasing approval. With every scroll, every post, every notification, we're reminded of what people think about us. How many likes, how many followers, how much applause. But the truth is, none of that lasts. The high-value woman doesn't build her identity on fleeting validation. She isn't interested in short-term attention. She's building long-term impact. For her, it's legacy over likes every single time. A like disappears in seconds. Legacy lives forever. Legacy is not about popularity. It's about purpose. It's the mark you leave when you're no longer in the room. It's the ripple effect of your actions, your choices, your words. It's how people remember you, not for what you posted, but for how you made them feel, what you stood for, and what you contributed to the world. While likes are counted, legacy is felt. In the age of performance, a lot of people are showing up for the camera, not for their calling. They curate perfection, create highlight reels, and confuse being seen with being significant. But being visible is not the same as being valuable. Visibility fades, legacy deepens. A highvalue woman understands this. She is not concerned with appearing successful. She's focused on being impactful. She'd rather be respected in real life than adored in pixels. Legacy means you choose substance over surface. It means you create things that outlive the moment. Whether it's a business that serves, a movement that shifts culture, a family you nurture with love, or a message that inspires others long after you're gone. It means being intentional about how you spend your time, your energy, your voice. The woman building a legacy knows her why. She's not posting for applause, she's living for alignment. Her choices reflect a higher purpose, not a temporary trend. She knows that real power doesn't come from being liked. It comes from standing for something, even when it's not popular, because likes may boost your ego, but legacy builds your character. Building a legacy also means playing the long game. It's not about quick wins or viral moments. It's about consistency, integrity, and vision. It's doing the work behind the scenes that nobody claps for. It's staying true to your values when no one's watching. It's leading with love when it would be easier to follow the crowd, and it's trusting that the seeds you plant today will bloom in ways you may never even see, but that matter deeply nonetheless. We live in a culture of instant gratification. Everyone wants results now, but legacy asks for patience. It requires sacrifice. It means showing up day after day, doing the hard work of growth, of service, of leadership, knowing that the reward may not come with applause, but it will come with meaning. You don't need to be famous to have a legacy. You just need to live with intention. You need to show up with authenticity. You need to care about something bigger than yourself. Legacy can be the way you raise your children, the way you lead your team, the way you heal generational trauma, the way you teach, love, serve, speak. It's not about the scale, it's about the asterisk, depth asterisk. You woman doesn't measure her worth by metrics. She measures it by impact. She asks, what am I building? Who am I lifting? What truth am I telling, even when it's uncomfortable? She understands that the most powerful women in history were not always the most liked. But they were unforgettable. Why? Because they lived with fire, with faith, with purpose. She also understands that legacy is not just about success, it's about significance. It's not just what you achieve but how you achieve it. Did you lead with grace? Did you keep your integrity? Did you uplift others along the way? Did you stay true to yourself when the pressure to conform was heavy? Likes will always fluctuate. Public opinion changes. Algorithms shift, but your legacy is yours to shape. Every conversation, every decision, every act of courage. You don't need everyone to like you. You just need to honor the truth of who you are. The right people will find you. The right people will remember you. When you prioritize legacy, you stop living reactively and start living intentionally. You stop chasing clout and start building purpose. You stop needing to be seen to feel worthy. Because you know your impact runs deeper than any digital footprint. The world doesn't need more perfectly filtered versions of you. It needs the real you, the one who dares to lead, the one who's brave enough to build something lasting, the one who chooses purpose over popularity, values over virality, mission over image. So let them chase the moment. You focus on the movement. Let them chase applause. You focus on alignment. Let them count likes. You build a life. Because one day, when the noise fades, when the trends change, and when the platforms go silent, what will be left is your legacy. Build that, protect that, live for that.